You're a country of 9 million people. You can't just kill your way out of solving every single national security problem that you have.
An explosive fracture at the very top of American power has shattered a decades-old alliance, sparking an unprecedented public war of words that could permanently destabilize global geopolitics. The deep strategic division became undeniable when United States Vice President J.D. Vance issued a fierce, public rebuke of high-ranking Israeli political leaders during a sweeping defense of the administration's foreign policy. Vance explicitly amplified President Donald Trump's deep frustration with Jerusalem, accusing Israeli officials of repeatedly attempting to capsize critical, delicate negotiations with Iran by launching aggressive military strikes into Lebanon. Speaking live from the White House, Vance lamented that just as Washington seemed to be right on the cusp of a major breakthrough agreement, a devastating explosion went off in a civilian population center in Beirut, individuals who have absolutely nothing to do with Hezbollah.
We seem to be right on the cusp of a major breakthrough in the agreement, and then all of a sudden there's a major explosion that goes off in a civilian population center in Beirut, and a lot of people who have nothing to do with Hezbollah lose their lives. That's not acceptable. That's the sort of thing that we've asked for closer coordination so that we ensure it doesn't happen.
The vice president explicitly labeled that outcome unacceptable. This rhetorical escalation intensified dramatically when Vance targeted specific far-right Israeli ministers, Itamar Ben-Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich. The vice president openly challenged their long-term security strategy during an interview, bluntly pointing out that Israel is a country of 9 million people and warning that they cannot simply kill their way out of solving every single national security problem they face. This blunt diplomatic broadside matters immensely because it marks a historic, highly public break from traditional U.S. rhetoric regarding Israeli military autonomy. Supporters of the Trump-Vance administration's pragmatic realism are relieved, viewing the intervention as a vital move to secure a regional peace deal that would safeguard the global economy and protect innocent civilian lives in Beirut. They argue that stabilizing relationships with Tehran is essential to avoid an unmanageable, multi-front war. Conversely, critics and traditional defense hawks are deeply alarmed by the severe shift in tone. They contend that publicly blasting an ally's leadership while offering rhetorical concessions to Iran severely weakens Western deterrence, alienates a core strategic partner, and inadvertently validates hostile proxy actions in the region. The potential consequences of this escalating public feud could fundamentally reshape international alliances and domestic political power. If the White House continues to openly squeeze Jerusalem's cabinet, it could force Israel to alter its tactical operations or pursue an entirely independent defense policy without Washington's approval. Furthermore, this intense ideological friction could trigger a massive backlash among core pro-Israel voting blocs at home, complicating future legislative battles over foreign aid and shifting public opinion ahead of key electoral contests. Ultimately, this unprecedented rhetorical clash exposes a stark new reality in modern international relations. When the American vice president explicitly warns a close ally that they cannot their way to security, the foundational rules of wartime diplomacy are rewritten. It leaves a powerful observation that in a world defined by changing priorities, even the most enduring global partnerships are being weighed against the harsh reality of regional survival.